Welcome to Bella in Your Business. My name is Bella Vasta, and today I have a guy who's quickly becoming one of my friends, and you're going to know why later today. He's been helping a lot of pet sitters and dog walkers, almost like inadvertently in a way, and for free in a way, at least when it first starts. And this is going to be an episode that if you are just feeling like the hiring and onboarding process is a complete mess, you're going to want to listen up. Today, my guest is Rob. And Rob, help me pronounce your last name.
Yeah, no problem. Balasabas. You just got to get the rhythm right, and then you'll nail it. Yeah.
I just know you as Rob from Thinkific because you are
Yeah.
all over social media. You kill it on Instagram, and you kill it on Facebook Lives. We just did one last week, but I'm so glad to finally have you on my podcast. It's now first quarter 2019. I know everyone's really interested in getting organized, and I wanted to have you on to kind of show them this awesome thing that a lot of pet sitters in the mastermind have already started doing with wild success. But before we get there, like that little teaser, you guys, Rob, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit? Tell us where you're from, how long you've been with Thinkific, and your whole backstory.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks for having me on the podcast. Super excited. And just great. Just like you, I've been seeing you all over social media and just following you around and getting a lot of knowledge from you. So thanks for having me on. My name's Rob Balasabas. I'm with Thinkific. I'm on the marketing team, and my role here is social media and community management. So it's been a really fun ride. It's been about 2.5 years now since I first started here. I started on the support team, actually, just kind of like answering tickets and helping with onboarding and new course creators kind of getting started. Did that for about 6 months, and then I saw that nobody was really taking care of Instagram. It was just on autopilot, and we were putting up the blog post image as a post on Instagram, and then just letting it go. And it was growing organically. I'm like, hey, I talked to the VP of growth at the time, and I'm like, hey, if nobody's doing it, I can do it. On my way out of the office, I'll take care of it and just engage with our audience there, because it's an opportunity, I feel, for course creators or potential course creators. That's where they're hanging out. So long story short, they're like, hey, Instagram's going really well. Do you want to do Twitter? Do you want to do our Facebook page, our Facebook group, and LinkedIn? And so they're like, why don't you just move over to marketing? You're pretty much doing marketing anyway, almost the whole day. So so that's my current role here. Before Thinkific, I was working in the digital marketing agency world. So traditional digital marketing agency, building WordPress sites, doing SEO and on-page, off-page SEO and SEO audits and paid ads and all that stuff. So it was a small 4 or 5 person startup. But I learned a lot there. I learned a lot about digital marketing. I was there for about 4 or 5 years. And so that's me. And here we are now.
That's cool. So not like I'm interviewing you or anything, but that totally tells me a part of you that you're loyal and you stick it through with people, and you're not jumping around, which is kind of cool to know that we have a cool contact with Thinkific. So why don't you tell us what Thinkific is? And I used to always say it wrong. I used to say Thinkerific. But Thinkific, tell our audience what Thinkific is.
Yeah, so Thinkific is a online course platform. So if you want to teach anything online, you would use our platform. If you want to do any type of training for staff or customers, that's what you would use Thinkific for. So really, we try to make it as easy as possible for people to create courses. And if they want to, they can also then integrate with other tools to market and sell their courses. You can track all of your students' progress and run quizzes and upload all of your videos all in one place. So it makes it super easy. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys, for those of you listening, you're like, well, I don't do online courses, Bella. That's you. I want you to kind of expand your mind a little bit here. Something that we tested out on a couple of people and then went live in the mastermind about, and then more people have really started catching on to it, is this whole process of training and onboarding your new staff. Rob, so that you know, and maybe people are listening who haven't quite actually got staff yet, but our typical traditional way of doing this is a new client, a new pet sitter comes on board, and we email them documents, and it's a lot of documents. And then we expect them to all understand it. Maybe there's a printout quiz that they have to fill out and bring to orientation, but it's just this document, and it gets downloaded onto their computer, which, you know, some people are scared that, oh, they could take it and repurpose it and start their own company. And others are just, you know, it kind of gets lost. It's that attachment in the email, right? And so what Thinkific has done for a lot of pet sitters, you guys, is taken this and brought it to life. I did a video, and maybe we'll put it in the show notes so you can see how easy it is. But going back to what Rob was talking about WordPress, it's as simple as uploading a Word document. And what you can do is take your training manual, you guys, and break it into modules. And then at the beginning of it, you could do a 1-minute video, just, you know, get on your computer. It doesn't have to be a full production. Hey guys, this next section is about X, Y, Z. Pay attention to this part. And I'm so glad to have you learn this, and that's it, right? And then they go through that module, and at the end, there can be a quiz. Now, Rob, tell me about how this software actually allows someone like a business owner to follow the process and see how much reading or quiz taking someone's doing.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's like, so basically, if you go in and if you go to thinkific.com and you just go through Bella's link there, probably in the show notes that you'll share, you can see sort of how it looks, where on the left-hand side, you'll have like basically the outline for the course. So you'll be like, okay, there's a video lesson, and then a quiz, and then a text, and a PDF, and it's like step by step. If you wanted to, you can even control the whole experience for your staff that's taking that course. And you can go like, you need, you know, where they would have to finish, lesson 1 to get into lesson 2. And so you can see all of that. And then also on the back end, as the, the course owner or course administrator, then you can see all the progress. You're like, hey, it looks like, you know, Stephanie got to lesson 3 and then she stopped and she's stuck there for a couple of days. So let's reach out to her and see like if there's anything that we can help her. If there's a roadblock or something that maybe she has a question that she's not asking. So, you know,
worse yet, Stephanie says, oh yeah, I went through all of it. And you're like, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't. You didn't even open it. Yeah. So it's a really easy to follow sort of student experience, which is something we're really focusing on in 2019. It's just like that student experience. As much as we really do love and care for our course creators, you know, the people that own those courses, we want to make sure that their students and their customers are having a good experience as well. So yeah,
that's fantastic. And so an idea that actually came up while you were hanging out in the mastermind with us was, hey, Rob, let's take this a step further. And there are some software programs that pet sitters use when people sign up with them that clients just have a question about, or they're like, well, how do I do this? And how do I do that? How do I sign up? Or how do I change this or that? And Thinkific could be set up as a course for your clients. And it could be the most frequently asked questions, and you could have a video that they could watch, and then you could transcribe the video into step 1 through 10 or something. And it's a way that you could easily deliver information to empower your clients so that you get to cut down on the amount of admin time that you or your office staff have to do updating stuff. So that was a really interesting thing that we were, you know, exploring. It really excited me. The Thinkific is very vast in all the different ways that we could use it. Another example, and Rob, I'm going to throw this over to you, is ongoing learning and training. So you were kind of talking about a drip campaign in terms of, you're not giving them all the information at once. How could a pet sitter or a business owner use this for ongoing virtual training for their staff members as they're there for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months?
Yeah, absolutely. So you could set it up like, basically a drip lesson is something where you're like, okay, this lesson is already recorded, it's already ready, it's already queued up, but it won't go out to them and they won't have access to it, say, until like maybe a week from when they start, or a month or 3 months. And then you can basically use that as like, check-in or evaluations or whatever you want, basically. So then you can just use that, and it automates the whole process. You're like, they'll get an email and be like, hey, Stephanie again, it's been a month, just wanted to check in. Here is like a quick, survey. How's everything going? Is there any questions, anything like that? So you can use that for that purpose. You can also use it for your clients, right? So just like you mentioned there, I think we were talking about that in your workshop, is that you can educate, as dog sitters, you can maybe do little courses to teach your customers on how to maybe do things with their dogs, or like things that they can do on the weekends and things they can do after work when they pick them up, how to update their billing, like all these all these like frequently asked questions. You can put it into this like you can put it into a course, but you can kind of message it as like sort of like a resource or a portal for them. And then basically, you're like everything that they need to know that they would frequently ask, then it's all there. And it's, so it's easily available. And then you're not answering all the same questions all the time.
Yeah. The reason why this makes me excited, you guys, and I hope that you're listening with like, and your wheels are turning, is because one of the problems that we have once we do have staff is reminding them of our policies, procedures, the way we do things. Or we're sitting there and we're thinking, okay, I got to have a staff meeting every quarter or once a year or whatever frequency it is that you have it. And maybe there's some really valuable information in there that you wish that you could still preserve some way in a year and a half or 2 years from now. This is amazing content that's being built in your business that goes away the minute that live meeting is over. And with something like Thinkific, you can, you have that initial training, but it has been proven, and Rob, you probably know this too, that the more you can do ongoing training or support for your community, for your staff, they feel like you're investing in them, and people feel ownership in a company if they feel like they're being poured in knowledge. Maybe it's a section just on, hey guys, we're going to talk today about this one weird harness that you might see that you have no idea how to use. Yeah. And it might be a quick video that you do. Someone shoots it on your iPhone and you could put it in there, and it's just a resource so they know that it's under the leashes section and they have it. And this library gets to keep building. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it because it just streamlines this whole initial education an ongoing education process for your team, which just empowers them, you guys. Yep. So Thinkific, the best part about this, Rob, is that, and I hate saying this because I feel like I'm just like throwing you out to the wolves right now. You guys can get started for free. Like there are 3 modules. Like you could really get just your employee manual in there alone for free because they have, it starts off for free. And what you would do is just make the course either public or give a coupon that is like free, so it's not out there on the internet, right? And you just say, use this coupon to get through it, and you can do it. Rob, I love Thinkific. I love you guys. And I love how I can see how your tool can revolutionize the training and scaling programs in so many pet businesses. Do you have any other ideas, or did I miss anything here today?
No, I think we covered, I think we covered what we needed to for your, for your audience. I think, I think also just the one thing is like also looking at it as a marketing tool. So rather than like giving away, hey, here's a free, checklist PDF, which a lot of people are doing. Just think about like using free courses to give away to potential customers, of like,
I love that.
Yeah, what they can do with their dogs and like different things, and it shows off your, your authority in that space, your knowledge and your expertise. And so then when they think about like, hey, I need someone to take care of my dogs, then you guys are top of mind because it's like, there's no other pet, there's no other companies out there probably giving them free resources like that. Right.
Like,
and it's something that they're,
sign up your cat sitting services this month and get a free course on what does it mean when my cat does this, and it's taught by a cat behaviorist in your community, which now just loves you. And it's not necessarily that these people are going to read it and study it. It's just the marketing fact that you have this carrot to dangle that nobody else does.
Nobody else does.
Three ways to train your dog, your new puppy. Oh my gosh. And I have this awesome puppy course I can give you for free if you sign up this week or this month or whatever it might be. And it's a great way to network with your local community. I love that idea.
Totally. And it's going to be something that everyone's going to share. Like if I have a friend, I'm like, hey, have you seen that course? And it's just like, I'll share it with you. It's free. I heard, so.
Yeah. And talk about being a leader in your industry, like establishing yourself as the expert. It's taking that blog post that you might've done, which you could repurpose for this, and making it into a tangible, valuable kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ooh, that's exciting.
No, yeah.
Rob,
totally.
so yeah, you guys, we're gonna post the link below. Make sure you go through that link to get any extras or perks that they may be adding for the Bella group. Don't sign up on your own. And if you guys have any questions too, because I don't want you to think that this is a software that you have to learn. It's very intuitive in the way that if you can do a WordPress blog or you know how to use a Word document, it's truly that easy. And I will post my video as I showed how I just started uploading my own training manual into there. So you guys can see how easy it is. It was my very first time. I didn't read anything. I just jumped in there, So
fantastic. Yeah, no, Bella, just to mention that link that people can click on down below. It's got a bunch of bonuses that we are sharing through you with your group and training courses to get started and all that. So
cool.
That's probably the best place to go. And we have a fantastic support team. So don't be shy. Don't be, shy to email us. We're happy to answer any emails that you guys have and any questions you guys have. And our team, we also have a toll-free number. So we are easy to reach.
Wait a minute, you can get on the phone with you?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Isn't that weird with a tech company?
That is weird. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today, Rob. I really, really appreciate it. You guys, I'm excited about all this. You can ask me any questions you might have too, or I can hook you up with Rob if you need that personal connection. But definitely consider business is all about, at least in my perspective, figuring out how to do less for more. And that means not doing the same thing over and over and over again. And if you take the time to get your process or your system into Thinkific, it can dramatically increase the happiness of your staff as well as the enjoyment of your bank account because you're not wasting your time and money. Rob, thanks again for being here today. You guys remember to subscribe. If you like something from this podcast, go ahead and let us know in the comments. We would love to hear your feedback or your biggest takeaway. And remember, when life gets you down, always keep jumping.